What's going on, guys? Lorian here with another YouTube video. Sorry I've been away for a while, been pretty busy, but I'm back at it again with another tutorial video. Today we're going to be going over the basics. We're going to go back to the basics and kind of bring to light some of the things that are kind of overlooked a lot, especially for new beginning players. First thing we're going to be talking about today is the interface and how customizable it is for those playing on different screens, different computers, different configurations. So first thing you want to do is press escape and you want to go into your edit layout mode. Here you're going to be able to move, customize, resize different components. So you can resize your backpack, you can resize your chat window, different tabs that you may have made or not made yet. So you can take actions off your ribbon and actually move them out to create new tabs. So you see over here, we actually created a new tab. We can resize it to whatever we want. So if we want to have this open, we can have that open there, and then whenever we want it to go away, we can just make it go away by re-clicking the same button for that action on the ribbon. And just so you guys know, this is what's known as your tool ribbon or ribbon bar. Now there are some hidden features that you don't see on the interface, and those are in your advanced options. So if we go into our advanced options, you're gonna be able to see we pull up our minigame HUD, our XP pop-ups, our crafting progress, and stuff like that. These are the only ones that I have marked right now that will show up. So you see the buff bar down here. So if we uncheck this bar, it's going to disappear. So this allows us to see where it's at, and then not only see it, but move it to the corresponding location where you guys want to put it. So going through, we have our area status. So this is letting us know what's going on in the area, whether it's multi-combat, PvP, and stuff like that for the area. Our bank, this pops up for your bank. It's obviously self-explanatory. Wherever you have this, it'll put your bank wherever you open up your bank. Boss timer, buff bar, double experience countdown, central interface large, and then central interface overlay. So typically you want to keep those in the center anyways. That's why they're named center. We have our clock, so that's showing what time it is in game. Day planner, never have used that. Debug text, hardly ever use that. Engineering map, super important, so you can move it to make it more appealing for you. Events, so it's just depending on what's going on in the area again for a particular event. Extra action button, so this is if you have to use some type of special weapons, or a quest item or something like that. That's super niche, and you guys will hardly ever use it. Game dialogue, super important. Game view, this one is also important. So if you guys wanted to change your game view location, so you can make it smaller and you can actually separate it from your entire interface. So you can make it kind of like how it was in old school. Now I gotta fix it, make it full screen again. Discard changes because I don't want to change it. And then grave interface, grave timers, group invites, loot. So moving this around to wherever is convenient for you guys. Player inspection, minigame HUD, Slayer counter, split private chat. Another one that I highly recommend if you have not split your chats yet. Definitely split it. Makes it a lot easier to differentiate what's going on in the nearby area or your clan chat or friend chat to those friends that are trying to get a hold of you. No one cares about subscribing because everyone's already a member. I'm sorry, that was a jab at free to play people. My bizzle. And tasks complete and XP pop-ups. So it's pretty self-explanatory. You guys definitely take the time to move everything into a location that you guys find ideal and beneficial for your style of gameplay. Not only can you modify your interface, there is also a bunch of little tips and tricks in your settings menu. A lot of beginning players are overwhelmed by the amount of customization options you're actually offered in this game, because it's honestly insane. So as we can see, when I open up the settings menu, you have your graphics settings, and everyone's pretty familiar with that, but you have gameplay settings. Your gameplay settings is going to change the way the game is played to either make your quality of life easier or make something easier for you, so you don't have to repeatedly click yes, repeatedly say I want to enter this dangerous area, or changing even the look of your skill capes. You can go in here, and if you're an old school player that is coming back to RuneScape 3 and you love the way the retro skill capes looked, aka how they looked in old school, this is where you can actually change that option. And if you don't like a certain cape, you can actually uncheck it and it will be the newer version of it. Don't recommend doing that because the retro skill capes look amazing. Anyone that wears the newer version of skill capes is just a weirdo, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't understand how you even think that cape is appealing, because they honestly look like trash. Can change your loot system, so multiple items open loot inventory. The loot interface will open when picking items from the floor, such as monster drops, as long as there is more than one item that can be picked up. So if there's only one item on the ground, it's not going to open the interface. If there's more than one, it'll open the interface and you can choose the item to open up. And now you can even select single items, open the inventory window. So if you click on something on the ground, just so happen that's there, there's multiple items, so you can pick it up. And that's just what the loot interface looks like. You can set loot claiming priorities decided by monetary value, starting at 0, different combat drops, and you can tailor this to your needs, and it's so in depth. So this is something that's also important. If you're getting high value drops and you want to quickly identify them, that's what this is. Show loot beams. You're going to see when you get a drop from a monster, there's going to be light illuminating from the ground as the default. I have the Christmas loot beam animation, so it actually shows up as a present and then opens up and snow falls down, which is actually pretty cool. They also have different loot beams where you can actually change it to different things. You can actually change your broadcasts from the world, friends, what you want to see. So if you're getting spammed with broadcasts, you can actually turn them off, which is awesome because you do get spammed a lot. You can look down here, look at all the spam I'm getting just from the world and friends in my clan chat. This is where you're going to be able to split your private chat. So you have to go to gameplay, you have to go to chat customization, and then split private chat for you new players that want to split your private chat from regular chat window into a customizable area that I showed you in the beginning. If this isn't checked, it's just going to disappear and you're not going to be able to see when your friends are private messaging you as easy as possible, so you can get back to them. Because you can actually just, like, if you got a message from somebody, you can right click it and message them back, or just press tab. You can change the colors here. I like yellow, easy to identify, easy to get to. Skills and experience. So a lot of you guys remember back in the day when you used to play RuneScape, it was here, select slash stab or block to change your combat experience. Now it's literally just a button. So in order to get experience, you have to change it to melee, you have to change it to attack, defense, strength. You can also change range, so you can have both of them selected, so you're getting range and defense experience. Same for magic. It's not as easy as it was in the past. They've changed it. It's still easy, but it's not easily identifiable to know where do I do this. You literally have to look it up. Different settings for archaeology, construction, farming, fishing, mining, slayer, virtual levels. Now any level that's over 99 for skills that don't have a higher level than 99, which is every skill besides dungeoneering, archaeology, invention, herb lore, slayer, and farming. Those are the only skills that go over 99. You can actually change your camera settings, so your zoom sensitivity, lock zoom, so I can't zoom in and out. You see how it stopped? So now I can zoom in and out, and then if I lock it again, it's gonna lock, so I can't do it. Different sensitivities, so you can change how fast you're actually looking around in the world. Another super important aspect is your combat action bar. Combat action bar is going to be something that you're going to deal with a lot, and that's another video that I'll go into more in depth on the basic abilities and the actual combat system itself, so we can talk about full manual, revolution, combat, and the legacy combat mode, and the different abilities, basic, thresholds, and ultimate abilities. So stay tuned for that one, and I will be going over that for you beginners that are just getting into RuneScape again. We have different aspects of the interface itself where we can kind of even more customize our interface, like how we were showing in the advanced options. So mouse over text. So if we're looking, you see use bank chest. If we unselect this, you're not going to have that anymore. So if I turn this off, just wait. There, you see, it went away. Select it again. There, bank chest is back. Display walk markers. This is super annoying, and it's automatically checked when you guys first start playing. For me, it's kind of annoying. I don't know if you new players like this or if there's old players that like that, but I definitely dislike that. So make sure to turn that off as soon as possible, as soon as you start playing. Show extra portion information on Tooltip. So what that's going to do is going to show extra information on potions specifically. So if we opened up a potion, if we had a potion, it would actually show what that potion actually does. One button gameplay. So instead of using right click and left click, it's all going to be a right click. So like if I press the left click, it's going to be a right click. Don't suggest that because you're just working with more interfaces and you're going to get carpal tunnel. Hide cogs on augmented items. This was a huge thing when Invention first came out. So I don't believe it is automatically checked when you guys first start playing. So if you guys don't like the way augmented items look with the cog on them, so if we turn that off, you'll see a lot of augmented items running around here. I don't know if it shows for other people. It might just show for you, but having those cogs spinning around wasn't very appealing to FashionScape, so everyone complained about it, and finally the ninjas fixed it and threw on this option for everybody. Click through chat boxes. So you see I'm clicking on the chat box and nothing's happening. So it's as simple as that. Turn it on, and now I can click and walk through my chat box. What the upper left hover text does is it displays the default action in the upper left hand corner of your screen. So if we check this, you'll notice up in this corner, we'll actually start seeing text. So if I go here, you can see it says talk to war in the upper left-hand corner. We go away, it says walk here, and it just tells you what to do. This is kind of super old school. We turn it off, you won't see that text anymore. Don't really need it anymore with the tooltips. It says talk to war. All right, for interfaces, for appearance, what we're able to do is we're able to lock the interface so you can't accidentally make them bigger, move them around, and yada yada yada. So if we undo that, you'll see this little lock mechanism opens up, and then you can be like, move your inventory around wherever you want and put it back, or make it bigger, resize it wherever you want. You can either do it here, or there's actually a hotkey for it, and it's L on your keyboard. So you just press L, it'll lock your interface again. And I wonder, okay, so it just didn't update. So if you just leave, come back, it'll update. Slim headers, I definitely like slim headers. So this is going to be a thing that you'll notice when you unlock your interface. So you'll notice that everything has backpack, clan chat, it tells you what it is. And then if you hit slim headers, it's going to get rid of that information and just make it very, very appealing. Transparency is just changing the transparency of the actual interface itself. So you can either set it up so it's not transparent and you can't see through it, or you can easily see through it. I sit somewhere in the middle because I like to know where my interface is at, but also like to see through it. So about 50% opaquency. Information windows, guidance system hits, definitely keep that on. I think that's automatically checked for you beginning players as default. Information pop-ups, definitely keep it up. XP pop-ups, keep it. Skill target based XP pop-ups, so base skill progression overlays on XP targets if set. I don't have this checked, and I don't think I've ever had this checked. Skill target based XP pop-up. So I think that's showing what your progress is for your skill. Make X window, definitely have that checked if it's not by default. I'm pretty sure that's default, automatically checked for you guys, so you're not sitting there creating one item at a time. And if you do want to create one item at a time for whatever reason, this is where you go to do that. Slayer counter, top right. We also talked about how we could move that in the actual advanced options for your interface. Highlighted boosted skills. So here, if you ever have a boosted skill from a potion or a pulse core or anything like that, that's going to show up here and it's just going to change colors, so you'll be able to see if it's boosted. Warning screens, definitely keep high risk or high value drops on, and you can actually set the warning values to what you want before you drop it, so it warns you before you sell something, before you drop something. Doomsayer warnings. This is just if you're about to enter an area that is inherently dangerous, it'll give you that warning, and you can toggle it on and off whether or not you want it to give you that warning or not. Inventory. So we have drag and drop items out of the game world to drop or destroy. Super easy. Whatever's in your inventory, you just take it, drop it. It's either going to give you the destroy option if you have to destroy it, or it'll just drop it straight to the ground. Dynamic backpack columns. Set a fixed maximum amount of columns for the inventory slots. Set it to 0 to calculate it automatically. So if I was to resize this, see, it's just changing the amount of columns that it has. So dynamically, so we don't have to worry about it. If I wanted to keep it at 4 at all time, if you make it smaller, it obviously will change. But if you make it larger, it's not going to go any larger than 4. Gain XP from lamp warning. So it's just giving you dialogue that you're about to redeem a lamp, instead of your peers accidentally clicking a lamp and then gaining experience from it and ruining their entire account. And this is super convenient. So I honestly haven't had this marked. So destroy empty vials when drinking the final dose of a potion. This comes in handy a lot during PVM. And I don't know why I don't have this marked yet, but it should have been marked a long time ago. So when you finish that last overload potion in whatever flask it is, well, obviously if it's a potion flask or a crystal flask, it's just gonna break on the last dose anyways. So this is just a normal vial. So if you just so happen to be using normal vials for whatever reason, it will actually destroy it. Your buff bar, have everything show. There's really nothing that you don't want to be shown in your buff bar, so you know what buffs are active when you're bossing or skilling or anything like that. And that pretty much concludes the interface and game settings. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy it, hit that thumbs up button and make sure to put a comment down below. If you guys want to continue to see more content, hit that sub button. It really motivates me to keep making videos, and I appreciate all the new subscribers that we've gotten over the course of the past 2 months, especially from my Essence of Finality video. Thank you guys. It means a lot. I'm definitely noticing. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys take care